Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ladies and gentlemen, I really apologize for the delayed start, but finally we have started now. My name is Ali Syed, and I am the MC of this conference, and also I am the General Secretary of Shia National Network of Australia. We start with the name of Allah the Almighty. I request young reciter Fatma Dirani to come and recite.
Both. Brother as well.
Yes, but Fatma is coming first now. Fatma, come please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والشمس وضحاها والقمر إذا تلاها والنهار إذا جلاها والليل إذا يغشاها والسماء وما بناها والأرض وما طحاها ونفس وما سواها فألهمها فجورها وتقواها قد أفلح من زكاها وقد خاب من دساها كذبت ثمود بتقواها إذ انبعث أشقاها فقال لهم رسول الله ناقة الله وسقياها فكذبوه فعقروها فدمدم عليهم ربهم بذنبهم فسواها ولا يخاف عقباها.
Now I request the President of Shia National Network of Australia, Sayyid Zawar, to come and say, welcome the honorable guests and all of you guys. Zawar Shah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. From the core of my heart, I welcome Ms. Linda Waltz, our friendly member of parliament. Whenever we call, she is always available for us. And I also welcome Dr. Al-Hasni, Dr. Kashkol, Sister Maha, Haji Sister Maha, and Zafar Hussain from Pakistani media, Thida Yang from New South Wales Multicultural, and all VIPs. To this conference, and this organization is an inventive and non-traditional organization. Why I say it? It is non-traditional as we don't believe in only one-off event. We have set a timeline of youth conference and it has various stages. First was the exploratory stage. We had many youth in educational institutions. We explored them, provided them a platform. Second stage was to explore the issues of the explored youth. Today we will start the third phase. I call it an executional stage. Youth will be given today tools to confront and overcome these issues. Many have made a mistake. Saturday schools are on, and 3 Saturday school who came last time, they are not here. So probably I'll go to them and explain these tools because it was their issues mostly from schools. What happens in school and what are their demands. So probably they are from university people are here, but school students are in their classes, Saturday, Sunday school. After a few months, we will go to the next stage. We will ask the youth to come back and give us their feedback whether these tools are working or not. If these tools we give to the youth or when I go to schools, give to the school kids. Mostly my issues are taken from school thing. And if they work, we will continue. If we think that youth give us feedback that these issues are not working while they tried, then we will change the strategies. So today, 4 speakers will be speaking. One speaker will be speaking about the demands of the youth they have been asking. The community should meet their demands. And I will be speaking about most of the issues they raise about school and universities. And Sister Maha will be speaking about social issues they gave to us. So we will try to give them the solutions. And finally, Sheikh Dr. Hussain Jawahari will speak about the religious issues. I welcomed everyone, but deliberately I didn't mention Sheikh because he is not guest, he is the host. So I request him that he should realize that he is one of us, he is hosting this function, he is not guest. Thank you.
Honorable Linda Waltz and all the guests, we know that this center is from Syed Karimi, is serving the community very well, but they still need a lot of amenities, a lot of facilities for everyone else, including youth. And so Syed Karimi is not only hosting Saturday schools in the afternoon and giving assistance to other centers. So he's helping out Alamdar Association of Australia in South Granville because their center is under construction. So Syed Karimi is providing space to all those who need it. Now we come to the second, the second phase of this today's program, which is the people who are going to speak here. So my first speaker is Ravasi. She's a young activist. She runs a women's center organization. She also runs a blood donation marathon, and she involved a lot of youth, a lot of people to donate blood for the humanity. Now I request Sister Ravasi Zubaydi to come and please say a few words. Welcome, Ravasi, please.
Assalamu alaikum. Honorable VIPs, respected parents and professionals, and dear young brothers and sisters. My job is fairly easy today. I don't have to hand over any tools or solutions. Rather, I must react to the future young demands. Firstly, interstate relationship. In the last conference, the young mentioned that we should have an interstate relationship. The network has already done it. It has appointed Brother Latif Akil, its delegate for Western Australia, Brother Jawad for Northern Territories, and Brother Zulfi Said for Melbourne, and Brother Zaidi for Canberra, so on and so forth. Separate Muharram programs for the youth. The network does not arrange majalis for Muharram. SNNA collects information such as programs such as on their website and Facebook. Last Muharram, SNNA put their 8 programs done by the youth in English. Picnics and hikes. These things are done by various centres, especially in the school holidays. You should be in touch with your local centres, enjoy them involved in various regulations. Youth myth programs. We are Muslims, we must keep the boundaries of Allah that has set us for all in parts of our lives. SNNA had such programs in Ahlul Bayt Centre on the 17th of July. You are sitting here in such program today. There will be more workshops in other centres. SNNA wants the youth to turn to these centres and support them and get much support. 5th, a community business directory. SNNA has started working on it. It is a long process and needs a lot of time, expertise and patience. SNNA encourages the young youth to help the network as it needs many volunteers. 6, More health professionals. It is true SNNA needs more health professionals. Firstly, SNNA needs to find out the professionals in our Muslim community. There are many, but as a community, we're not all well connected. Everyone should play this important role. Secondly, youth should go for such professions to create more professionals. World Youth Assembly. In fact, it is a long process and a long way to go. First, SNNA focused on New South Wales Youth Assembly and Unity. Then on a national level, and then finally, the high ambitions of the World Assembly. Eighth, national database. SNNA must look into this, find the resources, and get onto the ambitious programs. It will need the cooperation of the main stakeholders. Ninth, youth development programs. The network has taken the initiative. It is totally supported by the elders and the centres, considering it is a unique initiative. More work needed to be done, and work on the lines being provided by the successful roles and research. Unity in the community. This is a great idea. One day SNNA will reach this target by the willingness and support of each one of us, inshallah. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Sister Ravasi. Our next speaker is Syed Zawar, the president of Shia National Network of Australia. And it's very hard to bring some light to show to the sun, because Syed Zawar is doing all this community work for his life. And I hope he is carry on to the day of his departure. And he's an educationist, he's a social worker, he's a mediator. He works for all different communities here in Sydney. And he's the one who gave us a lot of courage to come forward, to do the best we can for the communities. And during the period of COVID-19 in 2021 and 2022, he has organized distribution of food, distribution of medicines, distribution of hand sanitizers, masks, and all those things. And that program was carried on to different centers and vaccination hubs, including Fairfield, Macquarie Fields, and Liverpool. And during that period, Syed Zawar has organized about 20,000 hand sanitizers and masks to be donated to different people. He also organized a lot of food. So we have distributed more than 7,500 containers of food to different communities. So in his presidency, we have looked after 29 families which were affected by COVID. We were providing them all the groceries, all the medicines we need. So now I request Syed Zawar to come and say his words about the education issues. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you, Mr. MC. You mentioned everything, but didn't mention that I'm a professional teacher. I taught about 55 years in high school, Pakistan and Australia. Don't ask my age, please. So I picked the issues which were raised by the, looks like more schoolies than the universities. So some things are common, some issues are common with the university students and school students. As I said, probably I have to go to Saturday school, 3 schools which came last time. One was Al-Albas School, one was school from Imam Mehdi Association, Burwood, beautiful school. They take school, whole school in Saturday morning. All rooms are booked. I visited that school. And the third school was Brother Lamy School in Cecil Hill. So students were there from these schools. Probably we made a mistake to hold this conference on Saturday. But the few things which were raised by the students as their issues in their educational life, in their educational institution, I picked few. One was bullying, which is very common in schools everywhere. Bullying, as you know, they are, and moreover, these things, but I'm telling, are good for the parents as well to know. So they should know their rights, what they should do when their young people come across these issues. Bullying. There are two types, physical bullying and digital bullying. And it happens a lot in schools, maybe less in universities. And two of my students in Ingleburn High School, they committed suicide because of the digital bullying. So the remedy or the tool is that in every institution, schools or university, there is somebody called grievance officer. Grievance officer, it is his job or her job to take care of all these cases. So any student, maybe school students, if they got any problem, any sort of bullying, they should see the grievance officer in their institutions and they will take care of it. And the second thing, they should also tell their parents as well if something happening like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is a bit of change in the running sheet. Because of our Member of Parliament, Linda Walsh, she has to leave. So now we come to a point where we are going to distribute some of the certificates. Before that, I would like to ask Ms. Linda Walsh to come and deliver her speech.
Well, thank you. Thank you for inviting me to this second conference. I was certainly at the first. Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of these lands, the Wongal people, whose lands run from Melmel Island all the way along the south bank of Parramatta River down to Duck Creek, and we're currently on the lands of the Wongal people. And you will be in what, in the future, this will be part of the seat of Auburn, because the seat is being redistributed, and normally I only come up to the train line and the pipelines, but now the seat of Auburn will go all the way to the Hume Highway. It will take from the Three Swallows down to Chester Hill Road on the Hume Highway, all the way back to the water pipeline, and I lose South Granville. So if you're in South Granville, I'm going to be very upset because I don't have you anymore. But the good news for this centre is that it's captured in our seats. So it's certainly one that we can help you out with community building partnership grants now, from now on in. So that's one big advantage. Thank you to the young people that did the reading and the prayer this morning. I don't know, what are the young... Fatma, and very, very good. And that's part of being empowered. It's the person who puts their hand up and says, I'll do that, I'll have a go at that. And that's exactly what you should be doing. And well done, because that was very brave of you. So a big round for them. That was fantastic. Very beautifully done. And people often say that to me, I went to Birron Girls, how did you get to where you are now? And the one difference is I always said I'll have a go. And if you always have a go, the chances will come to you. The people that never get anywhere are the ones that sit back and say, I'm not doing it. So always have a go. Have a go. And if you go to Birron Girls, it's a fantastic school if you went there. And there's so many opportunities here in Western Sydney and Sydney. It's a big city. And when we talk about bullying, that's something to remember. My daughter was bullied at school. She was at a Greek Orthodox school. And I spoke to the principals, and you can talk to principals all you like, but we all know that in the playground or out there in social media that things are different and teachers have no control. But this is a big town with a lot of people in it, and you don't have to put up with nasty people. There are plenty of nice people there. People are being nasty and mean to you, cut them off. Just don't put up with it. And always, you'll get this in the future, when you have children, always back them in. Don't let them suffer needlessly when bullying's happening, because it is the most soul-destroying thing that can possibly happen to you. So don't let it happen to you. Fortunately for Anastasia, they bullied her and she had no friends, so I put her into NIDA and acting, and she found something she loved, and she went on to be an actor and do movies and TV shows. So sometimes, again, you don't know where the opportunities are going to take you to them. In terms of religion too, yes, obviously in the Constitution of New South Wales you have a right to have religious classes in school. So if you can find a teacher, you will always be allowed to have religious teaching in a public education because that's part of our Constitution and it's allowed for you. We know who the dedicated ones are. And thank you so much for inviting me again.
As I previously said, ladies and gentlemen, that our Member of Parliament, Linda Walls, has to leave. So before I request for the third speaker and the fourth final speaker, I would request Ms. Linda Walls to come and give some certificates to our workers and our Sheikh. So I request Sheikh Hussain Jawahiri to come first and receive his certificate from Ms. Walls. Now I request Sister Jumana Tanana to come and receive her certificate, please.
Three certificates.
Three certificates.
Well done.
Oh, yes, okay.
The Al-Bayt radio founder couldn't come, so
Abu Ghais award is, I asked Sister Jumana Tanana to receive that award.
Al-Bayt radio.
Sorry, you get to deal with the work.
Yes. Now that's fine, thank you. Now I request Brother Yusuf Wani to come and receive his certificate. Yusuf Wani, please.
You were not there in the last conference, that's why.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Nice meeting you. Thank you for coming here.
Thanks, Ms. Walls. On behalf of Shia National Network, I really appreciate our Member of Parliament, Linda Walls, for giving us the opportunity that she's here and she has given the certificates to our volunteers and our workers. Now our third speaker, Haji Maha Abood, and if I say a few words about her, that she is a CEO of Muslim Women Association in Australia. She's a passionate advocate of social justice, equality and rights of women across the border. She advises government on policies and services. She had obtained a bachelor degree in social work, master's degree in social sciences, and a graduate diploma in family dispute resolution. Haji Maha had received an honorary fellowship from Western Sydney University. In 2014, she was the New South Wales Human Rights Ambassador. In 2015, she was the finalist for Human Rights Medal. In 2021, she was awarded Sydney Unsung Hero Award. Now I request Sister Haji Maha to come and say a few words about her topic. Social.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give me allow my tongue to speak nothing but the truth, inshallah, and allow my heart to be open so that we are all connected together. Acknowledge the traditional owners of the land that we are here, privileged to have been accepted on this land, our Indigenous brothers and sisters, those that have come before us, those that are with us, those that will come after us. This land is never reseated, just like the land of Palestine. So we understand the pain, we understand that what it's like to be sort of ostracized from your own homeland. We have a responsibility to work with our Indigenous brothers and sisters. And tools for empowerment is through our faith. Our faith is our Islamic faith, our iman, our connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not need dunya tools. Right? So if you've come here to think I'm going to give you the tools about how you're going to connect to this and how you're going to do this and how you're going to do that, we all know about the story of the Isra and Mi'raj. Yep. So there are tools right there and there. So once we are connected with our Creator Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah, we are able to connect through the hearts that goes beyond language, beyond space, right? Because we are people who understand the language of the heart. Sah? The language of the heart has no specific tongue, but yet we are all humans. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Hujurat, من بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks to humankind in the Quran. It doesn't say, oh, Muslims, or Christians, or Jews, or that. Humankind. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks to humankind in this ayah, in this surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing men, women. We've been created for a purpose. What is our purpose in this dunya? It's ubudiyya, right? What is ubudiyya? Ubudiyya is na'budullah ka'anna nara. Sah? How do we do that? Through our actions, through our words, our interactions, through the sincerity of our heart, through our intentions. So what I'd like you today, this morning, is close your eyes for a few seconds. Iqra al-Fatiha. In your heart, the language of the heart. Read Surah Al-Fatiha. That is the opening of everything that we do in our hearts. Renew our intention. Bring sincerity into a space. Bring Sayyidina Fatima Zahra to the space. So inshallah, of course through the love of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَإِنَّ أَرْسَلْنَاكَ, what is it? Mercy, rahmatan lil alameen. Mercy, compassion is part of our character, right? So with sincere intention in our heart, we take the next few minutes. It's not about the length of the time that we will be speaking, because we can speak for hours on, but how much does our heart able to connect and take? So here today, we don't want to just do words. We want to be able to, inshallah, translate and implement the words that are very much is in everything we say, everything we do, right? We all pray, most of us pray here 5 times a day, and we do salawat, and we love Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam. How many of us know Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam? How many can put their hand up and say, I know Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam? Jazakallahu khairan. How many can say, we know Fatima Zahra radiallahu anha? How do we know them? Well, the tools I've been asked to do this morning, and I'll read out some of those issues. Some of the issues, when I looked at them, I thought, I can write a thesis on this. And that's 40 years of my work that I've been involved in the community.
Thanks, Sister Maha. Our 4th and final speaker. Now I request Sayyid Zawar to say welcome to the Honorable Minister. Sayyid Zawar, please.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. I welcome everyone, so I'm doing a second to you. You are very special for us. And in 3-4 months, in a row, you are second time invited, and you kindly accepted our invitation. There are few things common between you and us. You are the Minister of Seniors, and I am also one of the seniors, though I don't look like senior. And secondly, you are the Minister of Multiculturalism, and this organization is multinational, multicultural, and multilingual. So there are commonalities between you and us. And last time you were here with us in Auburn. After that, I discussed with the people to invite another new minister. They said, no, we want the same minister because he said something good in the meeting in Al-Bad. So we requested you, and you kindly made it. Thanks very much. And you said a few things that we are doing good job for the youth to ask the youth what are their problems. People don't ask them. The speaker go there and then vomit whatever he has in his brain, what your problems are. They never ask. And you said that this is the unique opportunity for you to be in the function last time, that we asked the youth. And they gave us, Minister for Information, a full bag of issues when you were there. Then we sorted out into educational issues, social issues, religious issues, and in general, demands of the youth to the community.
And now our fourth and final speaker, Dr. Hussain Jawahiri. He's a general practitioner. I do not have much details about Dr. Jawahiri, except for that he's not only a community worker, he works in the community, he's a sheikh, so he leads prayers at Masjid al-Rida in St. Mary's. And also Sheikh Hussain Jawahiri, he is a karate master, so he teaches karate to community kids and youth. And also he is one of the SNNA's trustees and spokesperson for Shia National Network. Now I request Sheikh Hussain Jawahiri to please come and deliver his.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين حبيب الله العالمين أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وعلى أهل بيت الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين الذين أذاب الله عنهم الرزق وطهرهم تطهيرا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. There is a presentation that I prepared for the main topic here.
Now, if we refer first to Quran to understand just just a taste of what we're talking about, is not the whole thing. We don't have enough time for it. There is a sentence in Quran that is been repeated quite often, and that's the sentence "In kuntum mu'minin," which means that, in my sort of modified version of translation, if you really believe, if you're really a believer all the time, not somebody who believed and let go of it and moved on. Some people say they are believers and they are mu'mins, they are Muslims, for example. But they mean that at some point they believed in something and that's it, gone. Why? What does that mean? Let's say if you believe, especially people who are scared of, let's say, spider. If you are scared of a spider or any animal that you may be scared of, I don't know, what's the scariest thing comes to your mind? Snake or a lion maybe? If you really, really believe that there is a lion out there, you know for sure there's a lion. Doesn't matter if it's a real lion out there or not. But if you really believe there's a lion out there is ready, hungry to attack us and eat us, then you would not just step out just like that and say, oh, okay, we'll see what happens. You know? You're not going to do it like that. It's not strong enough. It's not a deep feeling of a belief that we would act upon that. We just keep it as something at the background. Like if you go and ask any smoker, you talk to them and say, do you know this is bad for you? They all say, yes, we know. Very rarely some of them, they may make an excuse or try to say, no, we don't. I don't think this is all conspiracy. Some of them say that, but very rare. But most of people say what? They say, of course we know it's harmful. Of course we know. But Is that how it is if we know a lion is out there? We say, oh, we know that it's going to eat us, but let's just walk out, see what happens. Not really. We're not going to do that. We know for sure it's dangerous. We're not going to do it. So this in kuntum mu'minin is serious, because Quran goes to this word quite a few places and tells you, are you really a believer, or are you just talking about it? Is it just you just mouth, or not really action? Are you really a person that steps out there without any consideration, or no, you stop, you control yourself? Which these words are all key words in our belief. The control, which is come from taqwa. Yeah? Taqwa is the break, is stopping. So for example, if you could next. Yeah. So for example, Quran comes and says, look, if you are a real believer, you would obey Allah and the Prophet. If you are a real believer. Of course, if you really want to do something, you believe in it, you stop, we said, you're not going to go out there. Or you would do other things to make sure that the lion doesn't eat you. Or we go to the next one that he says, Baqiyatullah khayrul lakum in kuntum mu'mineen. If you're really a believer, what Allah has left for you will take. You don't say that, actually, you know, I know this is haram, I know this money I shouldn't take it, but it's different. It's different. Different time, excuses. Different time, different country, different time of the source of social circumstances, different version of Islam nowadays has been imposed on you. All of these things come to you. But Quran says, if you're really a believer, then, and even before that. So there's stories in Quran, some of them from 1400 years ago, some of them from 4,000 years ago, some of them go time of Bani Israel and all the Israelites, all many years before that, they all had the same problem, believe me. They didn't have the Westpac and HSBC or all these banks and all that, but they still had riba. They still had problem with interest. At the time, they had problem with the same issues. They had issues with eating haram money, taking people's rights. They had issues with not wanting, people saying, can we not just eat halal food? Can we just sort of skip here? Look, that beautiful McDonald's sign. Can we just somehow go through? It was the same issue then. No problem. Quran brings reasons for you. They ask these questions, and many places you see that people are sort of baffled to decide what is right and wrong.
Thanks, Dr. Hussain Jawahiri. Now I request our Honorable Minister Mark Corey to come and say a few words. Honorable Minister.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honour to be here today. I want to firstly acknowledge, of course, the Muslim Women's Association for their wonderful speech earlier today. They've done an outstanding job, Maha, over 35, 36 years, maybe even more, right across New South Wales. And I want to thank the Muslim Women's Association for their wonderful contribution to our communities. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is wonderful to be back here at the Shia National Network Australia Youth Empowerment, I should say, conference here today. And I want to acknowledge, of course, my very good friend, Sayed, for your leadership and your work and what you've done over many years. We haven't, I was only just thinking today, we haven't had that dinner yet with Michael Photius, but Michael was a former Minister for Multiculturalism 20 odd years ago. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's great to be here again after July's hugely successful Youth Empowerment Conference hosted by your marvellous organisation. And thank you very much for inviting me back here again. The Shia Community in Australia truly represent some of Australia's incredible diversity, with members right across the Islamic world. Our Muslim community here in New South Wales, and in fact, indeed, right across Australia, adds much to the rich diversity of our state and our country, representing the many different cultures and experiences. And the New South Wales Government acknowledges the wonderful contribution of our Muslim community here in New South Wales, and especially in building those bridges of understanding. And I think more broadly, it's important to note that our valued faith communities play such an important role in New South Wales, an integral role in the success of our state. And I must say this success builds on the profound guidance of our faith leaders, fostering collaboration, cooperation, and more importantly, communication. And the New South Wales Government is proud, very proud of our open dialogue with our religious communities. And we're continuing to build on this close cooperation. Indeed, earlier this year in the state budget, the Premier Dominic Perrottet and I announced a record spending in multicultural communities, $28 million on top of what is already being spent right across New South Wales. This takes the budget for multicultural New South Wales, just the budget. Other departments and other portfolios are doing some incredible stuff helping our multicultural communities, but multicultural New South Wales taking its budget to what was $34 million to just over $70 million today. And what does that mean? It means more money for whole of government language service. And we saw during the pandemic the importance of translating material. And what does this mean? It means whole of government service for improving language services and the translation of language services. It means major cultural events and festivals, and more importantly, community engagement, improving community engagement for our multi-faith and multicultural communities. And more importantly, what is a massive win in this budget that we've just announced, of course, is the translation of services, as I mentioned before. Creating translators or educating translators to help translate particular languages right across New South Wales. This will ensure better translation service, enabling multicultural New South Wales to deliver information for everyone, assistance for everyone, and help for everyone, whatever language you speak at home. And we're also investing in the future of language services by, as I said, training new generations of interpreters and translators as well.
Thanks, Honourable Minister. Now we move to the final phase, which is recognizing the efforts of our media and other groups, which always give us a helping hand. Now I request the leading person of this centre, Brother Syed Karimi, and Honourable Minister, if we can. Request Sister Maha to receive the award for Muslim Women Association of Australia. Sister Maha. Sister Maha.
How are you? Good to see you. That's for you. Thank you for your work.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you.
See you at the signing. You come to the signing of the declaration.
Now I request Brother Zafar Shah to receive his award
For journalist activities.
for providing all the journalist activities for Shia National Network.
Thank you.
Samir. Now I request Brother Samir to come forward and receive his award for doing all the coverage for Shia National Network, all programs. Thanks very much, brother.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Well done. Thank you very, very much.
And last but not the least, I request Dr. Hussain Jawahiri to hand over plaque to the Honorable Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much for attending today's youth conference.